Hey, hello everybody. Hi. Please let me know if this is working. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if it's too loud. All that sort of stuff. Hello everyone. Hey. Hey, Hope of Despair. It's been a really long time since I've seen you. How are you doing? I've got to admit, I'm curious, Hope of Despair. How did that whole crush situation go? I know that it's been a few weeks now. Hello. Yeah, it's working. Okay, why am I streaming? A lot of you are asking. Can't even talk this morning. It's quite early for me, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, I'm trying some new stream software. I'm trying OBS instead of the old-fangled... What do I usually use? XSplit. I'm trying OBS instead, and I wanted to make sure it's all working. It's loud. Is it very loud? Okay, hang on. What about now? Is it too quiet? Hey there, Kate. How are you? Hello. Are we still too loud? We're going to have some teething problems here, ladies and gentlemen. Hey there, Danny. Hey, Zuzu the koala. I'm doing the parking garage builds. That is awesome. I'm doing very well, thank you. Good luck with it. Wait, hang on. Are we too loud or too quiet now? Quiet. There's not going to be any winning here, is there? What if we've got to find an intermediary? How about this? Too quiet. Too quiet. Okay. Too quiet. That's okay. That's all right. We can sort this out. All right. What about now? I'm hoping that this is going to be about. How about now? It's okay. Hey, thank you very much, John Luxford, for the 99 Australian cents. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Cheese. Oh, hang on. Hope, I'm reading your comment. I'm very interested in this. One very nice, but someone else really. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's a bit sad. The first part, Hope, but hey, you pulled through. You met somebody else, and that's all that matters. I'm really happy about that. Now it's good. Are we perfect now? And I'm really well as well, Hope. Thank you. I'm doing really good. Okay, still quiet, but. Hang on. No, a lot of you guys are saying I'm good. Okay, I think that these are a lot of the teething problems. I think that we've pretty much nailed it. I think that you guys can see me, we can hear me. That's awesome. So, I should do something, right? I really only wanted to make sure that this all worked, but I feel as though that I should kind of like hang in here a little bit, right? Maybe like 20 minutes or something, half an hour. I've got to record some stuff. Like I said, it's really early. This is the part of the day when I'm usually like recording and designing stuff, but. I'm really good, Kate, thank you. Is your skin supposed to be a koala? If so, I grew up in the country where koalas are, and I have a farm where koalas are in the trees. That is awesome, and yes, it is supposed to be a koala. And I am by my koala self as well. I'm going to Aussie tomorrow. That's awesome. I wish that I could go to Australia without the crippling fear of being eaten alive by various insects and spiders and stuff, but I'm sure that you will enjoy yourself. I really shouldn't have said that, should I? You'll have a good time. So what I've been wanting to do for a while now is I want to chat to you guys, but I've also wanted to just add a couple of like random vehicles, kind of like about Stream City, maybe like a couple of motorbikes and stuff like that. So I think that we're going to do that and we're going to chat probably for like I said, probably like another 20 odd minutes or something. But I'm glad that this has worked out. It's and for those of you that keep asking, it's 9:20 in the morning here. I'm a Minecraft god. My eyes would pick out that message, wouldn't it? Thank you. Can you build a church? Yeah, at some point in time, I'm sure that I could build a church. I can't even remember how I make my own motorbikes. It's a little bit sad, really. I know that it in some way involves black concrete, and it also involves a rail, but I can't remember beyond that. I love your videos, thank you. Hey, TS, really well, Riley, thank you. Hey there, Cactus. So, yeah, mission kind of accomplished. I'm quite happy. I love your koala skin. I'm a flamingo in my world. That's awesome. I like flamingos too. I think I might change it up a little bit at a certain point in time. Okay, I quite like a little bit of a change. I don't want a red bike next to a red car. Maybe we'll do yellow just for the fun of it. I need a church in. Yeah, I'll do a church at some point. I think we could all do with churches. I seriously, I cannot remember for the life of me. I'm going to have to Google my own design. Seriously. I can remember the car one quite well, but I cannot remember the motorbike because I don't build loads and loads and loads of them. There we go. Okay, that's how I do it. I can't believe that I had to Google it. I literally had to Google how I do my own thing. Hey there, Charlie. TSMC, can you start a survival series? That would be absolute misery for everyone, I think. Do you know what? Maybe. You know what? Maybe I could. Maybe I could. If I find time, maybe like sometime next week, maybe we'll do a test. Maybe. This is all maybe. Notice how much I'm saying maybe. Maybe we'll do a test where we try it out. But it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for anybody. I don't know what I'm doing with survival. I don't know how farms work. I don't know how villagers work. I don't know. I don't know nothing. Can you make a Hungry Jack's? Maybe if I do some more restaurants. I've got a whole load of list of restaurants that I really need to do. I don't think I curved that round. I think that might look a little bit goofy maybe. Or does it? Kind of looks a little bit futuristic actually. I kind of sort of like that. Sort of looks a little Blade Runner-y, I think. That's not too bad, but yeah, that's basically like the general genesis of like a motorbike, I think. I'm sure that you could make them a little bit more complicated if you wanted to, but I mean, in the interest of having to build quite a few of them, I don't think that we're going to make them too much fancier than that. So we can have like one there, say. And I want to just fill up just so that I'm kind of doing something other than just like staring, just like here, just staring at chat. I do need to do something, I guess. Do different games. I don't really play different games, to be honest. I don't really play different games. The only thing that I have been playing at the moment, but that's with my friend The Real Lives, is I've been playing some classic World of Warcraft. I don't know if you've ever played it, but that's been pretty fun. But that's not like a stream thing. That's like a relax and just like chill out sort of deal. Hey there, Riley. Oh, hang on. I've been sick this whole week and stayed home with the flu. That sucks about having a crow. Is that you can't get over them. It's worse than constantly Well, that is horrible, Hope. But the best way to get over somebody old is to find somebody new, I think. So I think that you've went in the right direction. What time is it where you are? It's only 9:30 in the morning. It's 9:24 specifically. But it feels worse than that. You know, it feels like a 6:30. Which is a time that I don't really want to be, I don't want to be up and about. Hey TSMC, can you build a zoo? I'm sure that I could. Hollow Knight. I've actually heard of that. I don't. Is Hollow Knight? Is it a roguelike game? TSMC, do you remember Demogorgon Ramsey? Yeah, I do, Marco. Remember me from last stream? I think so, Tully. Hello, Alex. I get a load of hellos. That's got to be like my most common message is hello. Hey there, Solfred. You're going to make more skyscrapers? I also play classic World of Warcraft. Do you? That's awesome. Yeah, I am going to do more skyscrapers, actually. I'm going to do a Stream City-friendly skyscraper. And what do you play? I'm playing a human paladin at the moment. I'm only I think we got to level 15 last night, my friend and I. And that was pretty awesome. We've just ventured into Westfall. We've just done like the starting quest there, and it's kind of a blast. Because I started playing World of Warcraft, like actual, like proper WoW, like right as soon as Burning Crusade started. So I didn't quite experience Classic. So it's kind of fun though. It's really fun. What do you play though? It's 2:25 p.m. in my country. That is insane. You're the best. Thank you, Jujan. Have you ever played Fortnite? Yes, I played it once or twice. That's it. Can you make a market? Yeah, I can make a market. The next thing that we're going to be doing in Stream City is going to be a 5-star... Well, I don't quite know. Okay, so there's two things that Stream City needs, right? Stream City needs to finish the suburbs. I'm talking as though Stream City's like an entity. I need to finish Stream City suburbs. I was talking as though it's like autonomous, like it can like do itself. I need to finish these suburbs, which involves us putting a large house at the end here and kind of just like connecting the cul-de-sac. Well, the cul-de-sac's also kind of sort of connected to the city already. We'll do that. Probably make a giant wall around the suburbs, finish off the gardens. Maybe that's what I could do instead of making some vehicles. I'm going to make one more motorbike just because I don't like seeing all of these empty car parks everywhere. I like seeing vehicles. It just adds a bit of life, you know. I'm getting pet rats. Oh, I've always wanted pet rats. Both girls, one named Isa after a YouTuber, one named Mel after Melanie Martinez Nucato. That's awesome. One white and one grey. I really wanted pet rats myself. Like every time like we go to the pet shop, because we've got dwarf hamsters and a dog, so we're quite, you know, we're there quite often. I always see the rats and they're so cool. But she won't let me get them. I would love them. It'd be awesome. They're such cool pets. Like rats are so intelligent. It's just the whole stigma, I think. The fact that they're, you know, people think that they're unclean and stuff, but rats are like supposed to be one of the cleaner animals, especially if, you know, they're being kept, they're not out in the wild, and they're so smart. I would love some. So many of your vids. I'm a good fan of yours. Awesome builds. I've built almost half of your builds. My friend saw the builds and said awesome. It was one of my favorite. Oh, the Stark Tower is awesome. Thank you, Mamoff. Okay, I can't pronounce that, but thank you. You know who you are who wrote that. Have you made Teen Titans Tower before? Yeah, I've done it a few times, actually. These buildings are cool. Thank you. Oh my god. Some of these names, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at pronouncing names. I'm from the UK. Do you like dogs? Yeah, we have a dog. He is a Lhasa Apso. He's like a Shih Tzu. I started playing WoW in 2005, so played the classic one then. Oh, really? But lately I've played Rift. I played Rift 2 a little bit, but went back to classic WoW for some days ago. Yeah, we only started recently as well. I'm playing it with my friend because that's who I started with. I started all the way back in school. That would maybe like 2007-ish. Don't quote me on the years, but like right when Burning Crusade started. So I didn't get to enjoy it like as it was there, but that's awesome. I played Rift 2. I played a Bard. I didn't get to end game though. So bro, watched you like 4 years ago, but good work. Thank you, Flaming112. Thank you very much for the 2000. What I don't know what that is. The squiggly W. Thank you so much, Flaming. I really appreciate that. I've always wanted a dwarf hamster. What is it called and what color is it? We have two of them. They're both light grey. And they've got like a little bit of a pattern to them, like they've got like a stripe up the back, each one of them, but they're easily distinguished because one of them's darker than the other, and they're called Fuzz and Buzz. We've had them for probably about a year and a half, so unfortunately it is kind of getting to that time where, yeah, but yeah, we love them, they're adorable. Just another boring day at school. We have a song as our bell. I was going to ask you if you could play it, but due to copyright, I'm so sorry, Zuzu. I can't really play anything. I'll probably get. I don't know how that works with streams and what have you. I have a toucan, as in the bird, but you also have a Lhasa. How do you get over someone? Also, quick cue. What is this world for? You can make it public. This world's pretty much just to stream in, basically, just to do something whilst I'm streaming because I like talking to you guys, pretty much. And conveniently, we're also just building a city. I guess it doesn't really have a purpose other than the fact that I just like chatting with you guys. Maybe it'll be public at some time. And what? How do you get over somebody? The best way to get over somebody, I think, is always focus on something or somebody else new. It's obviously a very difficult thing, isn't it? I mean, it's not an easy task to get over somebody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't need to count these. It's obviously a very difficult task, but yeah, focusing on something or someone new, I think, is probably the best way. You know, you can't just sit there wallowing in the fact that you know, you gotta do something. Jay, I am in the UK. I love that rhymes. Do you got a Minecraft route? No. I was thinking about opening this up though. But can you turn a... Thank you, phone. Can you turn a world into a realm, or do you have to just like straight up just start a realm? I guess you got to start a realm, right? I was thinking about doing that though, anyway. Yeah, yeah. My girl named them. Oh, wait. Fuzz and Buzz. That's so cute. I really want to get one. I'm so sorry. They're getting old now. I hate when pets go. Yeah, I know. They do become a part of the family, don't they? It's really really sad. That's why I don't particularly like. A year and a half. It is kind of like that's kind of the time. Not fun. But yeah. I mean, you should get one. I like I don't know whether dwarf hamsters are the kind where they're better off living in pairs or not, but I guess you kind of have to look into it. I always feel a bit. I know that some animals like living in solitary, like they prefer to be alone, but then I think to myself, would they though? You know, given the choice. Like I think in Sweden, I want to say Sweden, it's illegal to own only one guinea pig because apparently guinea pigs suffer from loneliness and they get depressed. I don't. I always wondered that. Oh, hang on. Missing an important message. Rats do smell terrible no matter what, so you need a spray. Oh, really? They can be litter trained. That is awesome. Yeah, they're taught tricks. They can also be very cuddly. Exactly, which is what I said. What I said, but I still don't have any. So cool. My main character is a cleric, T2 geared, and also got a primalist. That is awesome. You've went much further in Rift than I ever did, but that's cool. Got it on both EU and NA server. Gamer without any. Yeah, but it is an accomplishment though. At least it's an accomplishment. I spent so much of my teenage years playing WoW. I know exactly how you feel. But yeah, I really enjoyed Rift whilst I played it, but it was I never got to end game. I never got to end game, unfortunately. I don't know what to do about this. So I kind of want a wall that goes around the back of these houses because I don't know what is going to go here exactly. I don't know what should go here. I don't know whether it perhaps should be like a set of townhouses that backs onto the cinema. But then again, we also have like exit points as well. Like I don't quite know what's going in this space. It's a bit up in the air at the moment. But I do feel as though that probably we should have some sort of large wall. Hello, I just want to thank you for all your builds. I've followed you for a while now. You've helped me a lot in my city. I've been working on for a while now. That's awesome. I'm glad to help. I'm glad that I have been of some help, is what I should say. But thank you. Use brick. Yeah, you know what? I do want to use brick. That's a good point. I would like to use brick. I've been wanting to build a brick house recently. My favourite pet to have is a dog, and I live like 7 minutes away from my granddad, and he has a dog called Norman. That's awesome. What kind of dog is Norman? I also think that the wall's too high at being a free. I like brick. Terracotta is a little bit boring, I think. It's awesome. Your counting of blocks when you do builds help me a lot when I build. I'm also a great fan of building. I even love to play speed builders. That's awesome. I got inspired by building as a great fan. Thank you. Thank you, Mum. Mammoth? I can't. I'm so sorry. Have you any plan for making an airport? Kinda. The next that I kind of do. I've not started it. I will eventually. I have been working. I have done a bowling alley though that's going up this weekend in regards to city builds. Brick is better. I like brick. I like the texture of brick. It just looks more interesting. The terracotta's cool and everything, but it does lack the depth that brick has. You know, just because brick's got some sort of like character to it, like it's not just plain. I do prefer brick. That was a solid suggestion. That was. I have a brindle pit mix with wiener dog. What? That sounds like an interesting combination. You have to be a looter fun to build. I don't know what that means. Remember me from your Clash Royale guild? I was KitKatson11. I've been sub since you had like 300,000 or 400,000 subs. You're my favourite YouTuber. Thank you, Kid Manson. I'm sorry that I don't really remember specific names from my clan, but thank you for subscribing for so long. Do you still have the unicorn build? Please answer. What unicorn? Like my unicorn house? I love your build, TSMC. I now have Big City and a huge highway and Skyway. That's awesome. Also have a subdivision in Minecraft. Keep it up, TSMC. Thank you, Lewis. I don't play Minecraft anymore, but I still watch your videos and tutorials because they're soothing. I get a lot of people tell me that. Thank you, Suave. Please do more live streams like this. I do a live stream exactly like this every Friday. Usually about midday, but yeah, it's a little bit weird today, just because, like I said, I just wanted to test out the new streaming stuff. Which I like. It's actually like a really cool setup, by the way. Like, I'm used to using XSplit, which is like old, like really old. But this is cool. Like, I can see everything all in one screen. It's really cool. Hey there, Remix Phoenix. I remember your name because I remember how fun that is to say. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you, Riley. Yeah. Anyway, what are we doing? Like I said, this is only supposed to be a bit of a short stream, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do in the back gardens of those builds exactly. I might even curve the road so that it's a little bit different, but then I don't want it to look weird. That's going to be a big deal. I don't want it to look weird. So we also have to have some sort of pavement involved, I think. It could be that we just have, say, like a line of trees or something, or you know, something decorative rather than something that actually has to be. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. So instead, I don't have to have something that's actually like functional up this row, really, do I? I mean, I could just like plant a set of trees and maybe like put a couple of benches or something. Like, it doesn't have to actually be something. It can just be kind of like filler. Can you do a live stream every weekend or maybe just every other weekend? The only problem with that, Matthew, is that the only time that I give myself off from YouTube and just, you know, technology and everything is the weekend. So unless it was like some sort of circumstances where I had nothing else to do, then unfortunately I don't want to stream on the weekend. It's I know that that's the best time for live streams, obviously, because, you know, that's when most people have available, but I need time off. My younger sister said that you were annoying and you making fun of your voice, but I defend it. Thank you, Blockhead Gaming. Although I can take being made fun of. That's no big deal. That's alright. If she doesn't like my voice, that's okay. You need to do a build game again? I was thinking about doing another build battles, although the video that I posted on the channel last week, I want to say, didn't do very well, so I'm a bit tentative. I was thinking about doing it. Why don't I remember your channel? What was your channel name before? It's been this for a long time. Can you make a science lab? I kind of sort of did. I made a school. It's not in this world, unfortunately. But it had a little, like, science lab in there. I guess it's not a particularly... It's probably not what you're looking for, though. It's just like a quick build, like, repeatable classroom. I imagine you're thinking of, like, more like a high-tech government science lab. Thoughts on making a Twitch? I wouldn't do Twitch with YouTube. Like, I like live streaming on YouTube. All of my stuff's here. Like, all my videos are here. I think it's... I like streaming on YouTube. I have streamed on Twitch before, though. I do have an account. TSMC probably put trees on the sides that still have space, so it won't have a weird hard time thinking what to put them. Yeah, I reckon... I think that's a pretty decent idea, Louis? Marco? Let's go Marco. I can pronounce a lot. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. But it's the only thing is it's not like a small space, is it? It's kind of massive. It's kind of like a huge... Maybe we could try putting our first ever, like, little roundabout in here. I don't think that this is going to go very well, but we're going to give it a go. So I don't know how often you encounter roundabouts in the rest of the world. But in the UK, they are everywhere. And quite often times, like, leading out from little, like, suburbs and stuff, you'll get, like, a little mini roundabout. And basically, it's just a different method of traffic control. Although this one's probably too big. I don't know whether this is too big, actually. It's probably a little bit too big. Maybe if we just shrink it a little bit. But I actually quite liked that. That's a shame. Okay, we'll just shrink it a little bit. Yeah, as a form of kind of like traffic control, we kind of like have these little mini roundabouts everywhere. And I was thinking maybe it might be appropriate to have one. And it'd also kind of like change up the scenery a little bit. But that's probably a little... That's actually a fine size, but it's just that looks a little bit weird to me, unfortunately. I think I might keep it, but again, it's just like a different method of traffic control. So instead of everybody like having to give way and wait and stuff, like you just kind of like, you know, you take your turn. Who remembers when TSMC says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that weird but funny and quick way? I don't know what you're talking about, but maybe somebody else does. I love your builds. I've made a lot of them and integrated them into a big city with a few of some of the YouTuber skyscraper builds and other bigger builds like stadiums, etc. That's awesome. Thank you, McSorley. They're rare in the US. I've only seen one. Yeah, that's what I thought, actually. I never see them in movies and stuff, which is how I see the US, I guess, through the lens of, like, you know, a TV and movie camera. I've never actually been to the US, but I did wonder. I think that they have them in France. I don't know what other parts of the world have them in, but we've got them all over the place. I didn't think that they were very prevalent in the US. I know a lot of people have trouble with them as well, like here, like people don't know how they work. But I think they're quite simple, really. Why is it so early? Just testing out OBS instead of, or Streamlabs as it is known. Build your new roller coaster house in Stream City. I would, but it's not really the place for it, unfortunately. An actual roller coaster, like I could turn it into just a roller coaster and begin a theme park. I actually really do like the why am I making like one side of the street 3 blocks wide and the other side of the street 2 blocks wide? I really like the design of my wooden roller coaster house, and if I did take away, just like straight up took away the house aspect of it and just put concrete in there instead, I think it would actually look quite cool. So I might actually do that. I love your accent. Thank you, Michaela, right? I'm so bad with names, I'm sorry, but thank you. We're in Stream City. We are in Stream City. Did I not include that in the title? That might be my bad. Of course, Sean. Hello. Hey there, Triple X. Any relation to Vin Diesel? How do you deal with anxiety? I'm battling a lot in this stage of my life and struggling with what to do. I think that the only way to... So, anxiety is a pretty serious thing. You know, I used to deal with anxiety a little bit when I was younger, like social anxiety, but I think that the only way to truly get over anything is to face whatever it is that you're afraid of. So let's say that you're anxious about going out in public and talking to people and having to interact with people. The only real way to get over that is to do exactly that. Do the thing that makes you so anxious and keep doing it over and over and over and over again until you are no longer anxious. Whether it's going and... I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice, I don't know why. Whether that's going out in public and talking to people, or whether it's speaking on the phone, or whatever it is that is making you so anxious, the only way to really cure anything that you're afraid of, is to do it so much that you're not afraid of it anymore. So says me. Has anyone built a school and blown it up? What? We're getting a little hardcore. I don't want to discuss blowing up schools. Build an airport. Yeah, that roller coaster wooden house was insane and very creative. Thank you, Riley. I really loved it. I couldn't get a cool thumbnail for it though. I was trying to make a thumbnail that like matched how cool I thought it was, and I just could not make a cool one. Sometimes I feel as though I'd be better off like building on PC and like using shaders and stuff. You're my favourite YouTuber. Hey, listen, I hope it does, good man. So, seriously, like I used to have like social anxiety, as I said, like especially like grown up teenager, very insecure about everything. The only way you can't get better at something without practicing said something. Like no matter what it is, like again, like anything, like let's say that you're not good at writing. Well, what do you think that the best way to get better at that would be? To write more. The same about speaking, the same about public speaking, the same about literally anything in life. The only way to get better at anything is to do that thing. You very rarely get better at something by not doing it, you know? I have a city and built a street that just has your fast food restaurants on it. That's awesome. Do you know what is funny? Stream City has a serious lack of fast food restaurants. I think that I'm actually going to fill this little bit up here until we get up to the suburbs with fast food restaurants. And then we're probably going to have some like trees and stuff, kind of like in this part. I don't want it to be so blocky. I kind of want it to... I feel as though that I'm building things in kind of like big giant like blocks of sections. I want it to be a bit more like free flowing. So, you know, I kind of want it to have more curves and stuff. Like, I think that I am going to turn this particular little part into just like a nice little bit of nature. Yeah, it's so hard, but confronting what makes you anxious really does help. It takes a long time. Yeah, and yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, with anxiety and with everything, like it's not an overnight sort of thing. Like, you're not going to like go out into the world and whatever it is, you know, that you're trying to fix about yourself. It's not going to be like an overnight, like, oh, I've done this once and now I feel better. It's a constant battle, unfortunately. The only thing that you can do is keep going at it, because the alternative is horrible. Can you build more Doctor Who themed builds? I'm not really doing that sort of stuff at the moment. Well, I'm glad that I can help with that, Kate. Thank you for saying that. Hey TSMC, what if you have depression because of no reason at all? Wouldn't it be impossible to get rid of, and you'd have to let it run its course because I have depression? I think if you truly have, I think there's a difference between like being depressed with your circumstances, meaning if you have, let's say that you've got a horrible life, you know, like whatever it might be. Let's say that you've got like no job, no family, and no what have you. You know, nothing going on. Then I suppose that there would be a reason to be depressed. But and you know, understandably, you'd be depressed with your situation. I think that that's one type of depression, like being upset that at your situation that you're in, and then you've got a kind of depression where it's just like illogical, where like you wake up, life's fine, life's great, like you could be a millionaire, you like married, happy family, whatever it would be, and then you're still depressed. Then I think that some things can just be like a chemical imbalance. I think that you would have to identify whether that there's an actual reason to be depressed. Like, you know, let's say that I like woke up and my house was on fire, and like my house burned down in front of my eyes. Then I'd probably have a reason to be unhappy and depressed. So that'd actually be like logical. But like if I was depressed now and everything's going like really well, like with life and family, you know, and I was still unhappy, then obviously I think that you'd probably need to seek more professional help. But if you had a reason to be, I think you have to identify what is making you depressed in the first place. Can you build a statue of the Gold and Emerald members? That's not part of the deal with that, unfortunately. How long do you believe you'll be doing Minecraft videos? I don't know. I have no idea. That question's always a little bit weird. I never thought that I would ever be doing this in the first place. So I don't like to plan stuff anymore. I just kind of go with the flow. However long Minecraft is popular, however long the channel's popular, I'll just keep on going. My friend suffers from depression. All he wants to do is die as soon as possible and try to be the best. Yeah, all you can do is be supportive. Like it's a tough thing, depression. You know, it's a horrible thing to suffer with. It's you know, I've had bouts of it, but I've never had it so incredibly badly that I've ever wanted to do anything like that. So it's just a tough thing. Some things are so hard to understand, you know. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, I think that, like I said, I'm not like a professional or anything. This is just like coming off the top of my head. But like, I think you have to identify why you would be depressed. You know, like if you have a good reason, like maybe you spend all of your time in your room, maybe you don't see the sun, maybe you don't exercise, maybe you don't take care of yourself very well, then maybe that's why you might feel depressed. But let's say that you're living life to the fullest and you're getting a nice balance of everything, then and you're still depressed, then you might want to seek perhaps like somebody to talk to, like a professional. But I think that you've got to identify like what could be the possibility first. I think too many people like head straight into medication and stuff. I don't think that's always the right answer. It's awesome that you answer so insightful to those that struggle with anxiety and depression. It's so important to take that seriously. Mental health is such a huge thing. You can't play around with that sort of stuff. There's too many people that suffer with it, I think. And I think that there's too many people that also suffer with it and they don't have to as well. Like let's say that like I said, I've suffered from that sort of stuff before, but I often find that when I suffer with like anxiety or depression, it's probably because I've like spent the last 5 days like in my dark office, like not interacting with people. You know, I've not left like my dark room. I've not left my house in like days. You know, like that would be the reason that I would feel that way. But you might have say like an illogical reason. You know, it's something that you can really only find out by looking at yourself or by working with somebody that knows what they're doing. Not me. Well, you would obviously know way better than me, Kate. You know, if unfortunately you suffer with all of that, you know, I'm sorry to hear all of that. I hope that you're working through it. I hope I hope that you're doing okay. You inspire me to be a YouTuber like you one day, and I love you even more now that you helped me with that advice. That means a lot. Thank you, Kid Manson. I mean, if you want to be a YouTuber. Unfortunately, you know what? I can give you advice about the other stuff. The only YouTube advice that I could ever give anybody is just pick something and stick with it. Unfortunately, that's funny. That I was just thinking about. I got in my own head there. I get asked a lot. Like I get asked questions about YouTube. Like what should I do if I'm an aspiring YouTuber? What should I do about it? I don't even know. I don't even know how I got to this position. It's so funny when I get that question. I know that you didn't specifically ask that, Kid Manson, but I was just thinking about that for a second. It's so weird. I'm just concerned for him. On social media, said that he has tons of problems in real life, and he hoped that he doesn't get his work in. Yeah, well, there's not too much more that you can do really, other than support Omega. Please build a Costa. I do want a Costa actually in this. I do need to do a Costa. I actually like Costa as well. I'm particularly partial to the chai tea latte. So I would actually quite like a Costa in this city so that I can pretend to enjoy one. What about a roller coaster? I would love a roller coaster. I'd love a theme park. Eventually, like, Stream City's going to have everything. Eventually. I don't know where the theme park would have to go all the way over there. We're kind of like building things weirdly a little at the moment. I think that the next project that we're going to work on, and I've just realised I should probably peace out very soon. The next project that I'm going to be working on is almost certainly going to be the fire station. I'd actually quite like to figure out where that's going to be before I leave, though. I don't know if you guys have any sorts of ideas of where it could go. I mean, it could just go up this strip right here, you know? I mean, it wouldn't be such a bad idea to have a police station and a fire station next to each other. But I don't want to lump them all together, really. Maybe over here would be... Okay, so what about over here, then? We could build the fire station kind of like in this position. I did consider that. That might actually be where it goes. I could build the fire station about here. Because I kind of want to extend the city in all different directions at the same time, rather than just like build in like just build in like a straight line, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna read chat a little bit, guys, and then I'm gonna peace out because this really was only just a test whether this worked or not. Keeping busy does help, so watching your videos and making them really does help me because I've been distracted for a while. Well, I'm glad that I can help, Kate. Thank you for saying that. That's very nice of you. TSMC, your builds which I built in my world are so good looking, but my other builds are not so good. Please tell me how to get ideas to build. You've really only just got to keep messing about with it. Would you consider remaking your very old tutorials because it's hard to follow along? The very first few tutorials you made, I love them, but they didn't commentate back then. Yeah, maybe. I was thinking about redoing some of my older stuff and revamping it a little bit. Yeah, but thank you guys. Thank you for coming and letting me know that this all works. I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow, by the way. Probably it's going to be about 1 p.m. GMT. I don't know what that works out to be wherever you are, if you're in Britain or wherever else uses GMT. Then yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if not, I'll probably do like a little. I'll probably do like a post or something to let you know when I'm specifically streaming. But thank you so much, everybody, for showing up and letting me know that this all worked. It's been a very enjoyable 40 minutes. It's been a little bit different than usual. We've talked about some different stuff. But yeah, thanks, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow.